Guys, my name is Mayank and I'm back with another video today. In this video, I'll be talking about 3 non-fiction books that I have read recently. So I'll share with you the 3 non-fiction books I read recently and what I learned from them, and what are the things that you can also learn from them and apply them in your real life so that you better yourself at some of these things. So stay tuned for the video. So for sharing my thoughts on these books, I'll be using 2 devices. I'll be using the Kindle, and I'll also use my laptop, which I have kept here. So I have noted down a few of the things that I learned from these books, so I'll be sharing them straight away here. The first book that I want to recommend is I'd Rather Be Reading by Anne Bogle. Now this book is about Anne Bogle's reading journey. So she was introduced to reading from a very young age, and thereafter how her reading life progresses, that has been depicted in the novel. It's not more of a novel, it's more of a non-fiction book, I would say, because this is her true story, and whatever books she was introduced to were talked about in this whole book, and how she managed to read more and more as she progressed through her life, how these books had an impact on her personal life is what the book talks about. So I'll be sharing a few of the highlights that I have written in my Kindle, and let's start with that. So the first highlight that I want to talk about here is it starts as a devoted reader, I lovingly give countless hours to finding the right books for me. I don't think those hours are wasted. Part of the fun of reading is planning the reading. So I think this is something which we all have come across in our life, whether we are watching a book, a TV series, or we are planning to watch a movie, or we are planning to watch a TV series, or even picking a book. We have so many options available throughout this world, but we have to pick the right book which we want to read. So that is something which we need to really think through, because we are going to spend a significant amount of time reading a book, and if you don't pick the right book, you would have wasted that time, because you can ultimately only read so many books in your life. So I think the time spent to find the right book is a time well spent. That's what she has talked about in this particular paragraph. The next highlight is I don't relish crying over a book, but I'll say this: it's not easy to earn a reader's tears, and if an author writes well enough to earn mine, I'm in. This is something which is I think peculiar about any kind of book. The reason that you're reading a book is because you are trying to imagine things in your mind. Now when you're trying to imagine things in your mind, each of these characters, each of these places takes an effort. It builds over time, and you imagine the character in your head, you imagine the place in your head. But when it comes to these kind of things, you get attached to the characters very easily when you're watching, let's say a movie, because you see the character in front of you, you see him performing a certain tasks, you see him taking certain decisions. But in reading, when you're doing reading, you have to imagine all these things inside your head. You have to build up the character's face, you have to build up the place, how it looks, the kind of things that are there in a particular place, or the kind of qualities that a character has. And that is something which takes effort from your side. So if there is a character that makes you cry, or if there is a particular line in the book that makes you cry, it is definitely something which is worth appreciating, because it is not easy to make someone cry while that person is reading a book. And I have not cried a lot of times while reading books, but whenever that has happened, definitely there is a kind of respect for the author, because he was able to achieve that thing. And again, the next paragraph, and this is the last one that I'm going to read from the book, this is again something which is very relatable. I once read that more books are published on any given Tuesday than I could read in an entire year, and that's just one Tuesday and 1 year. So the point here that the author is trying to make is that there are just so many books in the world to read. I mean, there are millions and billions of books that have been published till date, and no matter how much a person tries, that person can only read a certain number of books in his life. That will not even be 0.0001% of the total number of books published in the world. So you have to really pick and choose what you are reading. Only choose what you're reading when that something makes sense to you. Don't waste your time reading a book that you don't enjoy just for the sake of it. I see many people starting books and finishing them just because they have picked up. They don't want to leave it in between. I don't do that ever. I always finish a book only if that book makes sense to me. If I'm not enjoying it, I won't continue reading it. So these were the few highlights from I'd Rather Be Reading. Now let's move on to the next book. Guys, the second book is actually very important to me because this is kind of related to my personal life as well. The name of the book is Sleep Smarter. So actually I was having trouble in sleeping for a long period of time, and that is why I picked up this book. This book essentially has a lot of different ideas which help you to get better sleep in your life, and the author is basically here trying to suggest that sleep is something which we all greatly underestimate. We greatly undervalue this particular thing because we feel that it is not important and we can skip it. Even if we don't have enough sleep, it will be fine, but that is not the case. Sleep is an important part of our life, and all the living beings, forget human beings as of now, all the living beings have adequate amount of sleep. But we human beings, we get a lot engrossed in our day-to-day work that we forget that sleep is also important. So this book actually talks about the importance of sleep and how you can achieve the most comfortable and the most rewarding sleep possible. So the main part of the book overall is that you should get adequate amount of sleep on a daily basis. There are a lot of different concepts discussed regarding which time of the day is the best to sleep, how we can actually make sure that we sleep soundly at night, so that author mainly says that the best part of the day to sleep is between 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. in the morning. If you are trying to sleep after 11 or 12 p.m., that is something which can be harmful to your health. Another thing that the author talks about is how our sleep quality can be improved, because it is not only important to get a number of hours of sleep, but if the quality of sleep is not good, then it's of no use. So he has also discussed a lot of different techniques of using which we can actually improve our sleep quality. Some of the techniques are having warm bath a few hours before sleeping. Then also he has talked about how we should actually do physical activity while we are awake and not just sit at one place. He has also talked about the importance of not using cellular devices and devices with screens while sleeping at night. So that is another important aspect that we forget. We often sleep with our mobile phones in our hand, which is definitely something which is not recommended by a lot of experts. So these are a lot of different concepts discussed in the book. In a nutshell, this book will help you to get quality sleep if you are having trouble in that. I definitely recommend this book because the best part about this book is it has given you so many different techniques that you can actually use few of them, even if not all, to better your quality of sleep in life. And ultimately the author has discussed that sleep should not be compromised at any cost. Even if you have to make some adjustments in your life, you have to do that, but don't compromise on your sleep at any cost. The third book that I read recently, non-fiction, the name of the book is Anything You Want. Now this is one of the shortest books that I've ever read, and I can still say that this is one of the most effective books that you will ever read in your life if you focus while reading the book. This book talks about small different steps that you can take in your life to ensure that you are actually living the best life possible. Now this book has its main focus on entrepreneurship. If you are interested in entrepreneurship, it will definitely help you, but nevertheless it can be read by anyone else as well. So this book is basically the life story of a person who has co-founded a lot of different startups. He built those startups from scratch, and when they achieved a certain height, he sold them off and earned enough money for himself to earn a living. So I'll be also discussing a few of the highlights which I learned from this book, and let's start with that. One of the most important things that he has discussed in this book is related to owning the work that you want to do. Sometimes a lot of startups and a lot of these companies that start, they begin with hiring people for each and everything. So for example, if I have to start, let's say, a bookstore, so I will hire a cashier first of all, to handle the cash paid by different buyers. But the author talks about that first, when you are starting off, try to learn all these things on your own, because you can easily learn these things if you practice them for a long period of time. It is easy to learn them. Okay, you have to give it a try, and you would be surprised as to how much different things you can do without needing the help of someone else. This is a counterintuitive approach, because many people suggest that you should hire people first, but when you're starting up, I think each and every penny that is spent is very important. So if you are able to do a lot of tasks yourself, it is greatly helpful. The next line that is my favorite from this book, which is the last one I'm going to recite. Never forget what you are really doing. Never forget why you are really doing what you are doing. Are you helping people? Are they happy? Are you happy? Are you profitable? Isn't that enough? So this book actually talks about the importance of being content. Many people will say that you should grow your business as much as possible, but ultimately the reason of your starting a business was not to grow your business into a multi-million-dollar firm, or make it one of the biggest companies in the country. No, you started off the entrepreneurship because you wanted to learn something new, you wanted to try something new, and yes, obviously you wanted to earn a living. But after a point of time, does money even matter? Money only matters to a certain extent when you are trying to fulfill your basic needs. And yes, after that, if you have some additional needs, that luxuries that you want to have, maybe a car, or maybe a house, maybe a great place to live at, that is definitely something you want. But do you want anything more than that? So what will we do when we start earning so much money? So ultimately, it is important to understand that our dreams are important, but we should not make them become so big that they ultimately play with our own personal life, because there should be always a line drawn between personal and professional life. So if you are happy with what you are doing, there is no point in always trying to make it big. Be content with what you have and keep yourself happy, keep your family happy. So that was it. This was a different kind of video which I actually wanted to start on this channel, and I'll be making more of these similar videos of book recommendations, where in one single video I recommend you multiple books. So this one was a non-fiction start. I will also upload a book with fiction books that I have read recently, and how I enjoyed reading them or not. So let me know if you liked the video, and let me know if you've read any of these books, how you enjoyed them, or if you did not enjoy reading them, and also give me recommendations on what different kind of videos you would like to watch on this channel. Okay, thank you for watching, and I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you liked the video, and I will see you guys soon.